Hey, 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 what's going on, my good people? Listen, this is another episode of the Ro and Tooka show. What's going on, Tooka?
What is going on? We are up in here.
We
We
up
are
in here, y'all. We up in
we
here.
doing it. We doing it. The
Listen,
people have
listen.
spoken, and this is happening
The Ro and
every
Tooka
other
show.
week.
They want it. They
They
want it.
wanted it.
So we in here. If y'all are here, just type we in here in the chat,
We
okay?
in
Type
here.
we
We
in
in here.
here. Don't
We
say
are
we are
in
in
here.
here, okay? Say we
Say,
in
oh, okay.
here. Okay? We in here. But no, this is a good one. This is a
This
good
is
one,
good.
and we're gonna help y'all connect the dots. And so, let me just share with them how we got here. Can I do that, Tooka? Let me just
You
share.
can.
Okay, so here's the deal. Let me make sure I explain this right because I want to make we always want to make it make sense. So here's the deal. I was training someone, right? Trying to train somebody on some tasks, right? And they wanted me to. I was trying to explain like with this overarching view of the thing, and they were like, if you could just tell me exactly what to do, like if you just give me the steps. And I'm like, no, I don't want you to. I purposely didn't write out a script. I purposely didn't do these things. I was trying to show you so you can get the overarching thing, right? And they were like, no, they didn't understand. I'm like, no, listen. I was like, okay, let me explain it to you like this. What I didn't want to do was give them the exact routes. So like if you know Tooka, if you at like you're in Mississippi, right?
Yep.
Is there a certain way you go? Like if you're taking the kids to school, do you pretty much go the same route every time?
Pretty much the same way every
Pretty
day.
much the same. Okay. If you go out of town and you're in a city that you're not used to being in, but you find a way to go to the store, you're gonna go to that same. If you every time you gotta go to the store, you're gonna go to that same route, right?
The same route.
Pretty much the
The
same.
one I know.
But just say one day you wake up and you try to take that route, and there's an accident, you gotta take a detour. What you gonna
Mm-hmm.
do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you know how to get there, like you're gonna be flustered, right? Because you're like, oh
Right.
shoot, I don't know.
Yep.
I just
Yep.
know this one route,
Yep.
okay? And so what I was trying to explain is that I don't want you to know the route.
Yeah.
I want you to know the city.
Yeah.
Because in your home, Tooka,
Yep.
you may go one
I
route
know how
all
to
the
move
time.
every way, no matter what happens.
Do you see? Because if there's
Yep.
an
I know how to
accident, you got to
move.
go a different route. You got multiple routes, right?
There's no problem.
Because you know the city,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
So here it is, you all. Now let's connect this.
That's connected.
I'm gonna explain to you why this is like bad juju. Like this is how we fall for the okie doke, right? And it leads to watch this. Watch this. Come on. I'm about to help somebody today. When you just go for the one route, it leads
Mm-hmm.
to the route to failure.
That's how you can
Okay?
feel.
The route to failure. Now, I'm just giving people
Mm-hmm.
some examples. Now, come on, we talking
Yep.
about Coach Ro, we talking about the
Yep.
health thing, right? We talking about people who follow
Mm-hmm.
Coach Ro, who's looking to get help from Coach Ro. There's a route to failure. Let me tell you what it looks like. It looks like meal plans. Come on,
Yep.
somebody. Come on. Let me hold on. Meal plans. It looks like
Meal plans,
workout
baby. That,
plans.
you can set a mouthful with the meal plans.
The meal plan, okay? Route to failure. It's just one thing. Just tell me what to eat, Coach Ro. Just tell me what to eat. But I'm like, okay, what about when Thanksgiving comes? What about if you
Right.
go into a
You might have
restaurant?
a birthday.
What about at the birthday party? Okay, if I just tell you this one thing, what if they don't have that thing?
What
Okay?
if you don't like what I always tell them? What if you don't like what bro told you to eat?
What if you
If you
don't
don't
like
like
it?
what's on the meal plan, like if you just flat out don't like it, then what do you do?
What you do? Okay, so meal plans, workout plans. Coach Ro, just tell me exactly what to do. Exactly
Mm-hmm.
what the workout. Well, what if you don't? What if you can't do
Mm-hmm.
that? What if you can't do what Coach Ro does? What
That's
if
right.
you don't have the equipment available to do what I do? Like what? Like you understand? So you talk about meal plan. Okay, Coach Ro, just tell me exactly what I got to do to get these
Get
guns.
these
What if
done.
you see?
I
Like
want to know.
they want to know how'd you get these guns? Just give me the exact grocery list. What if you don't have a Wegmans?
Right.
A Whole Foods, a Trader Joe's. What if you don't? People tell me all the time. I don't know about the food here, like the vegetables here. I don't. They're not the same vegetables, or what. I don't know. Like it's a little pretty. You know,
Y'all
it's
got different vegetables.
they got different vegetables. I guess I don't know. The vegetables aren't readily available where I live or something. That's what people
Yeah,
say. So I'm just saying.
I
But they
do know
looking
there are areas like that.
for
Yeah,
these routes, these one routes. What I just want to lose. Just tell me what to do. Lose 50 pounds.
I just want to lose the 50 pounds.
Just tell me what to do. I need to be ready for my family reunion or my high school reunion. It's a route. It's a route to failure.
The route to failure.
But here's the thing. Even with that though, even if I told you, if I gave you what you're looking for, you're gonna get some results.
Yep.
You're gonna get results, but you know the type of results I call these. I call these false positives.
That's positives.
And you say, why you call them false positives, Coach Rowe? Because they're not gonna last.
You don't know
They're
how to keep
not.
them.
They're like fake me out results. They fake me out, and you gonna hang your head on that thing, and you gonna turn around, and boy, that thing gonna do a switcheroo on you so fast, because you gonna
Yep.
realize you don't know anything. You don't have no foundation for what the results that you have. You don't even know how you got them.
You don't even know how you got them. And bro, it's not hard to remember how to do what you like, what you used to do. So when left to your own devices, when you don't have that little dot, people don't want to really change. We don't really want to change. We just want to lose 50 pounds.
This
We
word
want
lose
that
pounds.
result. Yeah, we
Wow,
want the
that's it.
result.
People don't want to change. They
They
just
just
want
want the
50
result.
pounds. They just want the result. Tooka,
Yeah.
I'm gonna come to you. When you came to me and you said, Coach, I just want to lose 50 pounds.
50 pounds.
Did you really want to change though? Like for real, did you have any idea? Now looking back on, because I don't know what you were thinking when you came. I know you thought, okay, Coach Rowe can help me, but did you think you'd be making the changes you made?
No, I think that this is a good question, Ro. I think that to some degree, I knew I would have to make changes, but I didn't think about how to make I don't think my mind was ever on how am I going to continue to do that.
Mm.
So it's like I wanted what I wanted. I wanted the 50 pounds without giving much thought to how did I get here in the first place? And how do I stop that part of me? So I
Ah,
wanted it without dealing with the part of me, like the sugar addiction. Like you uncovered that. I didn't. I told you when you said it to me. I said I wouldn't have called it necessarily an addiction, ma'am. That wasn't the label I would have said for me. Yeah, wouldn't use that. But I never thought about that. So I think that's the part. Like you want what you want. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I want this thing. I want the advancement in my career. I want the weight loss. I want what I want. But you don't think about who do I have to change or become? What do I have to let go of to get that or to keep it?
or
Because I had lost weight before.
what you even have to acknowledge to
Yeah.
move forward. See, a lot of
Ooh.
people don't even want to acknowledge that they're
But
a
you
sugar
gotta
addict.
tell you about you,
They don't
or
even
let somebody else tell
they
you about you.
like we don't even need to talk about it. Can we just move forward? Why we gotta talk about that?
You just move
Because
forward.
if you
It's
don't
like easy.
if you don't face the giant, you can't slay the giant.
Yeah.
And people don't want to face. Nobody wants to say. Pops and I talk about this all the time. People, it's hard for people to say, you know what? I'm a sham. I've been a
Yeah.
sham.
Yeah.
I'm just shake. I'm not. I'm faulty. I can't be trusted. I'm shady out here. I've been negligent. I
Hmm.
haven't kept my
Hmm.
word. I mean, like people haven't. They don't want to say that.
They don't want to say it.
But
Do you think that people know though? Like I don't think that I had that much deep conversation with myself. I
no,
really don't.
no.
The thoughts that were in my head is I don't feel well. And if I could lose some weight, I would start to feel better. It was just that simple. Like
Yeah.
not uncovering anything about me in my areas of where I gotta grow. It's just this is what I want to do.
No,
And
that's
I'm
good.
just
I mean, I
yeah.
don't think
I
people are
don't think
thinking
that
about it.
I don't think
They're
people
not.
had that conversation with themselves. They want what they want,
That's
whatever
it.
it is. Because the 50 pounds, it was about feeling better, but the truth is I wanted to get back in my 14s, okay? Because I had a closet full of 14s, and the 18 was looking less optional. Like I didn't buy 18s. Like I'm telling you, if I found an outfit and it was an 18, I'm not supposed to have that outfit. That's literally the conversation I've had. This gonna have to stay in the store because it's not for me. Okay. But that was becoming less optional.
Mhm.
It was
Mhm.
becoming more mandatory. So if I
Mhm.
could just get back to these 14s, maybe about 50 pounds, and I'll be back in my 14s and I'll be cute and I'll feel better.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing. That's where the coach comes in because I know it's deeper than that.
That's where the coach come in.
That's where the coach comes in. I know it's deeper than that. I know it's not the 50 pounds. You know, I know it's not the meal plan. I
Yeah.
know it's not just you getting these guns. Like
Yeah.
it's not these things, these grocery lists, the work. I know
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
know it's more than that. So it's up to the coach to uncover, to
Yeah.
ask the questions, to get you to look at you, to you
Yeah.
see. And that's when sometimes the people put the dukes up.
Yep. But see, that's about your analogy of the city is the coach. Like the coach is like your guide in the city. Because if
That's
I
it.
come to your city and I'm heading to the grocery store and I get turned around, well, or I want to know where to go to have the best sushi or whatever, right? I would need a guide to kind of tell me, well, this is where you go. This is the place where you typically go for that. So a coach really does that for you, help you learn the city
That's right.
quicker.
That's
Because
it.
it could have taken me forever to figure out it was sugar added. That could have taken a road because I was so adverse. Like that part that boy, that hit me below the belt when you said that, and then it was like it hurt. You know how somebody say something to you, and it stings so bad that you like, there gotta be more to it than just my feelings hurt. So it was like my feelings were hurt a little, like, Addie, she just, but it wouldn't get off my mind. I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then that's when the honest conversation came because I was like, it is an addiction, but nobody judges me for it
Right.
because they addicted
Because
too.
they addicted too.
They addicted too, so nobody judges me. So this is a safe,
But
acceptable.
you know
Uh,
what? Look, so it's the unhidden. I'm sorry, not that. It's the
it's
hidden addiction.
the hidden
It's
addiction.
the hidden addiction. It's the accepted addiction.
It's accepted.
So much so that we don't even see it to be an addiction. But that's in essence what it is. So until somebody acknowledges that they're addicted, accepts
Yep.
it, calls it for what it is, faces
Yep.
it,
Yep.
understands that I don't need to learn the route. I need to learn the
Yep.
city
You gotta learn the city.
because the route only leads to failure,
Yep.
right? And even if I get results, I know they're false positives
They're false
because
positive.
they're not long lasting. You see, they're not. I
Yeah.
can't think of one person that because if you ask people, most people have had a meal plan before.
I had a whole bunch of them.
Okay, most people have had workout plans. Most people have had grocery lists.
Yeah.
You've had all these things before and they did not work, which would suggest that's like what does they say? You continue to do the same thing over
The
and expect.
same thing over and over. See, but you don't think it's the same thing because it's a new program. So I'm on this new I'm
It's,
on this new program. It's not the same. I'm not being the same because I'm doing the same. I'm doing a different program.
yeah, it's the same thing. It's the route to failure. So we're gonna talk about three things. Three things, right?
Yep.
Three things people need to do when they're faced with these things, like when they approach anything really, like when you're trying to learn something in some type of program, and how can this benefit me? Like how would I know this is for me?
Yeah.
Right? And so three things, and we come to three P's.
The
Okay?
three P's.
The three P's. We
So
got
how you learn the city,
how you
no
learn
matter what,
three
no
P's
matter
to
what you're
learn in
trying
the
to do.
city.
How
Okay?
you learn the city.
We got perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We're gonna talk about each one.
Yep.
We got principles and we got process.
Yep.
Right? The three P's to learn in the city. Okay? Perspective. Tell me, what does that mean to you, Tooka?
So to me, I think perspective means how you see it. So I feel like a lot of times when we start a journey, we don't think about, we just think it's gonna be smooth sailing. We think it's just everything's gonna go as planned. I'm gonna follow the plan and I'm gonna get the results. We hadn't thought about an obstacle, right? We hadn't thought about nothing getting in our way. We're just gonna follow the directions. We get on cultural plan. We ain't thought about Christmas, whose birthday it is. We haven't planned for the obstacle. The days we just don't feel like it. So I think perspective is like understanding before you even start, like there are going to be some obstacles. All right. So, but I'm big enough. If I got the right coach and the right plan to overcome, if I know the city, I
That's
can
right.
figure this out. So there's gonna be some accidents, some detours, but if I know the city and the right guy is with me, I'm gonna be able to figure out how to get around them.
Mhm. So even with that though, because you got to have the trust. You
Yeah.
understand? You got to have the trust first to know that the person that's leading you knows where they're going, right?
But you gotta trust them.
Because they've led people before, okay, in the
Yep.
city. They've shown the city around hundreds and thousands
Yeah.
of times, right?
Yep.
So trust is there. So you coming into this thing with the right perspective, knowing life gonna
Yep.
life gonna keep
It's
life.
gonna happen.
Okay, I tell you, life gonna happen to everybody. Just keep going, right? People hit me up all the time, like Coach Ro, like this happened, this happened. I got sick, or this person got sick, or this person was in the hospital. I missed. I'm like, no, 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 no. You understand? You got to keep going.
You gotta keep going.
It, it's like it has to be a non-negotiable in your life
Yep.
because life doesn't stop for anybody.
That's right. And though, Ro, what you learn about yourself when you keep going, like when that obstacle hits you and you overcome it, the better that you become because I could have let that stop me. I could have let that hold me back, but I didn't. Like the way you grow into so that's the perspective. You should see like the obstacle is like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to figure out another way to move around this city.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But your words too. Your words.
Yeah.
Your words play a part coming in this thing. What you say, what you say can and will be held against you.
It will be held against you.
You see what I'm saying? What you say. So we know death and life lies in the power of the tongue. So perspective in your words,
Yep.
right? Your words can either strengthen the opposition against you,
Yep.
okay,
Ooh, yeah.
or break them down, right?
Yep. Yep.
That's the thing. And so when I say food either builds you up or breaks you down, words too. Words
Yep.
either build up the opposition against you,
Yep.
because coming in this,
Break
and
them
you
down,
already
tear
know
down.
the enemy doesn't want you to do this off the
Mm-hmm.
break.
Off the
Like, wait a
break.
minute, I need you, Tanisha, to stay sick. I need you to stay with these
That's right.
ocular
On
migraine
this
headaches. I
medication
need
and
you
in
to
this
stay.
bed.
You see, I need you to stay in this bed. I need you to
Mhm.
stay obese. I need you to stay
Yep.
hypertensive, addicted to sugar. I need you to stay
That's
this
right.
way, right?
Right.
And so you're gonna have this opposition, but no, 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 no. When you know I am the head and not the tail, I
That's
am
right.
more than the conqueror.
That's right.
Okay, if God be for me, who can be against me? So
Mhm.
perspective, going in this thing already knowing the battle is already won. You got to see the end at the beginning.
Yep.
So that's when people start doing
The
things
bigger
like,
picture.
yeah, that's right. When people start doing stuff like putting pictures up, okay, of their future self, like whatever you aspire to be, like like a picture of a healthy person or picture of healthy blood work. You see,
Mhm.
you start having visions already. I do. I see the end at the
Yep.
beginning.
Yep.
Long before I even jumped on the
You
stage,
do.
Tooka,
You do.
I saw me on the stage.
Yeah, you did. I
Long
can think of so
before.
many things that you said, like, Took this is how it's gonna go. And I'm like, okay. And the
Yeah,
conference, if I'm being honest, I don't know if you remember that, but you said that in the pandemic. You
I
said we'll
did.
be doing our you did. You said we'll be doing our own conferences
I did.
in the pandemic when nobody wasn't going nowhere.
Nobody was going nowhere because I saw it.
Yep.
See,
Yep.
but it all comes
Perspective.
back to being in God's will, right?
Yep. That's
Right?
good.
Because when you're in His will, like whatever you ask for, He's gonna give it to you.
That's right. Yep.
See, and how to know to be in His will is to read His Word, to know
Yep.
what His will is for your life,
Yep.
right? So it's all connected. Okay,
So
it's all connected, y'all. So I need y'all to know this is spiritual warfare. Come on, somebody. Somebody type in the chat spiritual warfare. This is spiritual warfare. Recognize this
you
thing
know
for
what
what
else?
it is.
You know what else, Ro, about perspective? When you talk, like even the whole, like I am the hope. This is the part, like the way you see it. My language tripping, but the way you see it is like it's not about the 50 pounds. Like you have to get to the point where you see it's not about the 50 pounds. It's not about. It's like it's about me getting off medication and my family. It's about all of us getting off medication. But when you focus only on the steps to lose the 50 pounds, you don't see it. So it's how you see. You don't see it that way.
That's right.
So even though. there are people in my family who don't listen to anything I have to say. Should they ever come to me, I know exactly how to help them.
That's right.
I know exactly. And so that's what it's really about, breaking this generational curse of
Mm-hmm.
high blood pressure in my family and diabetes in my husband's family.
Generational curses
Yeah.
of infirmities. Okay.
And I can't do that if I'm just following, if I'm just following these little steps that Ro gave me and I don't understand why I'm doing it. Because the reason why I can pivot is I know the city.
I know this is so perspective. Even knowing this ain't even for me.
It
This
ain't
is
even
for
for
depending
me.
on me. So
Yep.
we come here thinking this is no.
Whenever they come, I'm gonna be ready.
Be ready.
I'm gonna be ready whenever they get here. Okay, I ain't gonna be trying to learn when they come. I got you. Come on, let's go.
Let's go. So getting ready. Okay.
Make my family
Perspective.
ready. Come on, y'all.
Okay, that was good, Tooka.
Yeah,
Perspective.
I'm
That
talking
was
to
good.
the
That
elders
was
in my
good.
family who don't listen to me. Come on, y'all. I can help.
Principles. Okay.
Yes, principles.
Principles. So I shared with you that I was doing some reading and in Acts. Come on, Acts. I was reading the
Mm-hmm.
Bible and it was talking about Paul
Yeah.
and how he had the encounter with God, right? And he told him to go to Damascus, meet this man named Ananias, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And Paul was obedient, and he went there because God had blinded him, right? Took his sight.
Yeah.
He went there. He healed him, and he told him, God chose you. He chose you. You're gonna be the one to lead the people, okay? You about to be the one to get the people, right? And so, but he was obedient. He did what God told him, and then he got more revelation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I read was that sometimes we wait, we wait to hear God's word or wait to find out what His
Mm-hmm.
purpose is in our lives,
Exactly. The
and
exact
He's
instruction.
saying, "This is what I learned." Like God hits moving targets. He's saying, "You're not even doing the things you know to do. How can
Mm-hmm.
I trust you with more?
Mm-hmm.
To
Yep.
do more? How can I lead you? You're not even doing the stuff you know to do. You waiting for this bit. What
Mm-hmm.
about these small? What about these? What about these little things that you're not doing every single day?
Yeah.
So on these principles, like what can we trust you for? Can you be
Yeah.
trusted to do the things you already know to do? I
That's
told
right.
somebody, I said, you should be drinking water. You don't drink water. You should be moving your body. You don't move your
You
body.
don't do that.
You don't even
Those
do that.
are the simple things that you can do.
You see what I'm saying? See, we're not talking about I don't know the program. No. You should be moving. You shouldn't be eating out every day.
Yeah.
So no, I'm talking about what I don't know what to eat,
Mm-hmm.
but you shouldn't be eating that every day.
That's funny, bro. Because when you told me to stop going, I was hemming and hawing because I just wanted to feel better and I wanted to lose the weight. And you said, "Listen, you're gonna have to stop this going to Domino's." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it." But I still wanted it. I still wanted it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but see, it's
I
principles over
still wanted it. And how? But how?
principles over feelings. You remember we learned that with E. It's principles over feelings. So it
Yep.
doesn't mean. See, a lot of
Okay.
times people think um, to do right means they shouldn't feel it. No. You got to override those
Mhm.
feelings. So
Yeah,
your
you
feelings
gotta
will
override.
lead you.
Oh, that's good. You about to take us to a principle because I heard you say once that people can do, I can't remember the word. You say people can do a big thing for a short period of time, but they struggle to consist. So see, that's the principles because that consistency, that's a principle.
That's
That's a
it.
principle. So you want
That's
that's the principle. So no matter what you're trying to figure out, if you just follow the principles, and one is consistency. This light is giving it to me.
that's it.
Consistency.
That's it. People don't want to
That's
do
the
that hokey
principle.
pokey. That's why I got the whole hokey pokey thing. I've
Hokey
been saying
pokey.
hokey pokey for years, but that's where I got it
Yes,
from
it
because
was.
people can't, like they can't, they struggle with doing so. Here's the thing: I said people will do a big thing for a short period of time, but they
At a
struggle with
time.
doing the small things every day
Every day. Yep.
because
That's
they
it.
can't see the end because they're looking for the end.
But why can't they see the end? One, they operating off their feelings. All right. They don't know what's, like you said, what's God's will. They're not even in reading his word or in conversation with him. So you're not clear on what's the destination. I don't even know where I'm going. I know the city, but I don't know where I'm going. So I can only do it for a short period of time because
Yeah,
I don't really understand what I'm pursuing.
that's it.
Where's the
That
win?
and if it's optimal health, I know there's no finish line. See,
Yeah.
you don't stop because it's a lifestyle, right? And so, but most people operate in diets.
Yep.
See, and all diets come to an end.
They come to an end. And then what you say, what happens on day we used to talk about the other program, you say, what happened on day 76? What we do on day 76?
Exactly. All diets come to an end. So
Yeah.
that's why I've never really been big on diets. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, no, do you understand? Like what you gonna do? Even
Yeah.
like okay, I'm just gonna say even the 21-day Daniel's fast. What you do
Yeah.
on day 22?
Day 22.
If there are no principles that were taught,
Mhm.
if
That's
you
right.
don't learn anything about your body,
Yep.
if you know nothing other
Yep.
than you just took this stuff away, right,
Yep.
for a period of time, guess what? You're gonna get results. You know what I call
Yep.
those? What I call those, y'all? Type it in the chat. What do I call those when you get because you're gonna get the results when you
You're gonna
take
get the
these
results.
things away. They're false positives.
Yeah.
But what do you do on day 22? If you've learned nothing. You got
Yep.
some results, but you've
Yep.
learned nothing. You've laid no foundation. You've learned no principles. You just took away some stuff. You will get results, but they're false positive. They're short lived.
Yep.
You just ran the route. Okay,
Yep.
you like the I'm about to talk football. I know you
The
don't talk. I know you don't
I
talk
don't know.
football.
You got to break it down for me, bro.
I'm the
Break it down.
quarterback. You got the wide receiver. You say, okay, I need you to go down. Cut left and then go, and you ran the route, and then boom, I got it. And we're gonna get the touchdown. You're gonna get the results. You ran the route. You're gonna get the results, but they're false pot. They're short lived.
Yeah.
That's the only play you know. But when
And
they
that's why
changed
you
up the
lose motivation.
defense,
Yep.
huh?
That's why you lose motivation right there.
Yeah. When they changed up the defense, that play doesn't work.
Yep.
They didn't pick your pocket.
Mm.
They said, oh no, she gonna come down, she gonna hang left, and they're gonna
Right in there.
intercept it.
Yep.
We don't want to run routes. We want to learn the city. Okay, learn the game.
Learn
Learn
the
the whole
game.
playbook. Come on, somebody. I need you
That's
to learn the
good.
whole playbook, not a route.
Yeah. That's good.
That's the thing. So these principles, like so in essence, we got to move in faith. We got to move in excellence. We got to do those things we already know to do. Right?
Yep.
God hits moving targets. We got to move
Yep.
consistently.
Consistently.
Okay. He hits moving targets. When I read that, I said, "Ooh, that was good." Say
That
God
was
hits
good.
moving targets. We sitting here waiting.
Moving target.
We waiting on him. He waiting on you. Waiting on you to move.
You waiting?
God hits moving targets. That was good. That blessed me right there. That blessed me.
Yep.
And then our
That
last one
bless
is process. Okay. Tell the people, Tooka, what is people's biggest issue with process?
I think we want what we want when we want it. Okay. We're not thinking about the becoming. All right. Not realizing like the process and who you become is what allows you to maintain the results. I think about that like with everything, finances, like you praying, asking God to do something. If God granted your request immediately, you still wouldn't know how to maintain it. If He gave you every dollar amount, if He gave me the 50 pounds, I wouldn't know how to maintain it. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't because my focus would have been shifted. I would have still been the person trying to be cute in a 14.
That's
I
right.
was seriously. So it's like, but in the process
Yeah.
is when I learned about who I really was
Mhm.
and some things about myself, like some real hard truth, like honest conversations with me about how I tend to move and changes that I had to make.
Yeah.
You
That's
know, I don't know if you remember this, but we had a conversation about and this was like well into the journey. And you probably weren't thinking much of it, but you said something about it's about governing yourself.
mm,
And it was like a simple thing, but see, I hear stuff and I keep thinking about it. It's in my head. And so I was like, "Oh, you wanna be the boss, but you know how to run yourself.
mm,
You know how to say no to the second, chicken and waffles, right? But you want God to bless, enlarge my territory. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Use me, Lord, but you don't know how to say no to you,
mm, that's
to
good.
you, the person you deal with every single day. So it's almost like what you said, to pick the pocket. You know, little known fact, y'all, Ro had to break down any sports analogies to me in a different way because I don't know none of it. Okay. So I'm just saying, when the enemy see how I move with me, all he gotta do is play with me to get to me.
Come
Because I
on.
don't have no governance for myself. And I
None.
tell the people who come
Mm,
into Sugar and Sweet Academy, the reason why you need the accountability of your coach is because for a season until you can govern. So I needed a Rochelle to govern me until I can govern myself.
mm.
I needed it,
That's it.
but
Well,
I had to be honest
but
and
people
say,
didn't even know what governing was. Like they didn't even know. Like it's almost like because we've normalized sickness, so they didn't even know they were out of line.
out of
Okay,
line.
people don't
You
even know
ain't,
they're out of line. They don't
you
even
ain't think
know.
you in this.
Okay,
And
you
that's
don't
why
even.
people come and say, I eat good for the most part. And Ro be like, what you eat? And when they break it down, Ro be like, she
That's
be
like
like,
no. But
mm.
they really don't think they're out of line. They're like, no, I'm Coach Rod. I don't know. It's got to be something else for me because, I mean, because for the most part, I eat pretty good. It's either for the most part, pretty much, or basically. And then you eat good for the most part. You eat good pretty much. You eat good basically. Okay,
Yeah,
these three right here, that little triangle.
yeah.
Okay, a whole lot. You just cut up right up in there. That little triangle, and I'm like, no, you
Oh,
don't.
bro, you got to open up a little can of worms because when you say that, I mean, you always talk about how people like I'm vegan. It's like vegan is a cover for like a form of health without really understanding like what you're saying. And I remember one time you said sugar is vegan, and I was like, oh, and it is.
It is.
It's vegan. So I could be a vegan, eat all the sugar I want. That don't mean I'm healthy.
And that's why. Okay, come on, y'all. If this is resonating with anybody in the chat, just put I hear you. I hear y'all. But listen, I remember I'm gonna go way back when I was working
Okay.
in the lab at LabCorp. I was fresh out of college, right? I was working in the lab. I was a medical technologist working in the clinical chemistry lab, and there was this young lady that worked with us that worked with me. So it was me and another young lady. Now we were carnivores. Okay, we ate meat.
Yeah.
Okay, it was
Who ate
another
meat?
young lady who she I think she was vegetarian. She wasn't vegan. She was vegetarian, right?
Okay.
And but our blood work was always better than hers. Her cholesterol was high, and we could not
Mm,
understand it. She was blaming
mm,
hereditary. You know what I'm saying? Blaming the kinfolk and all this stuff. And I'm
yeah.
like, and she wasn't overweight, but her
Yeah.
cholesterol was always high, and I could
Okay.
not understand why her cholesterol was high. It's the sugar.
Because
It's
sugar
the
is vegan.
sugar. I know now. It's the sugar. You understand? And people don't get it. They don't understand why they. I don't understand. I'm vegan, but my cholesterol's still high. That's because I heard. Now I heard the young man at my church. May rest in peace. Mike Merritt used to go to my church, and he came and spoke at one of our episodes. I mean, one of our sessions of Bar for God, and because he was a like almost 100-pound loser, had done well, and I brought him back to come speak, and he was talking about vegans or whatever. He said, "Let me tell you what I learned. You got to keep the veggie and vegan.
You gotta keep the veggie and
You got to
vegan.
keep the veggie and vegan. See, as long as you when you because I don't even really when people say I'm plant based. Okay, break it down. What are you
What that
saying?
mean?
Because to me,
Beyond
beyond
Burger
meat.
is plant
Okay,
based.
yeah, okay, that's plant based, and I ain't with it, right? So I'm not even on that. And y'all know these people in the chat, y'all know I done stepped on the toe. Okay, so I don't believe none of you. Okay, and so but when you say you're doing mostly vegetables, okay, not this fake stuff,
Yeah.
not this processed stuff, vegetables. He said you got to keep the veggie and vegan.
And- yeah.
The veggie, I'm talking raw vegetables, okay? When you do that, that's when you're going to improve your blood work.
Mm,
But just going
mhm.
vegan, the way we traditionally define vegan, no, your blood work may get worse. Your
Yeah.
A1C
Yeah.
may get higher, your cholesterol may get higher. That's why you be like, I don't get it. Okay, it must be in my bloodline because I went vegan and my stuff still high. I'm still gaining
Mhm.
weight. My blood pressure.
Mhm.
See,
Mhm.
I'm like, no, you just done fell for the okie doke. You didn't learn the route. Okay, you just ran the
Yep.
route. You
Yep.
haven't learned the playbook. You done
Because
ran
what
the
you just
route.
gave about the veggie and vegan, that's a whole principle. That if you
The prince.
follow that, like
Hmm, that's it.
that's what a good coach does.
That's what. Okay, I'm trying to tell y'all some stuff. You done ran a play or
Yep.
two.
Yep.
Okay, because you got the Morning Star, you got the Beyond Burger, you got the what's the other stuff? You got the what's the other ones? I don't even know them.
I don't
Beyond
know, Ro.
what is it? Beyond, it's another one. Beyond Burger, Morning
I know it's
Star.
the Morning Star. Them the only two I
I
know,
don't know. Cause see, we don't need them, y'all. That's why we don't
Ro.
know them,
No,
cause we don't
listen.
need them. But y'all know what I'm saying. They gonna type it in the chat. What's them
Put it in the
processed foods?
chat. Tell
Y'all
what
know what
is
they
it? Tell
are.
me.
Okay, that's all routes. Okay,
Yeah, that's all right.
it is.
To
It's a route
failure.
to failure.
To failure. Yep. To
It's a
failure.
route to
Yep.
failure.
Yep.
You see, but when you start, when I say, when I say type bell peppers and spinach and you understand what I'm saying? And
Yep.
tomatoes and mushrooms and onions and carrots and green peppers and you see these types of
Yep.
things. When you start typing those things in that
Yep.
cucumbers and lettuce and
Yes.
you see
Mushroom
Brussels
radishes.
sprouts and radishes and broccoli, you see? That's the route to success right
That's the
there,
route
baby.
to success.
That's the route to the land of milk and honey. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
that's the route to the
Mhm.
promised land.
To the promised land. Let me tell you what I think the process does for you, though. Like when you talk about process, it gives you a chance to practice those principles. So when you skip the process, you don't get a chance to practice the sugar is vegan, you a sugar addict. You don't get the chance to
Yeah,
practice those things,
yeah.
right? So even if you're doing it like imperfectly, and I think that's what I love about sugar and sweets, you get a chance to do it, and then you might not do it perfect, you might fail for a little bit, but you learn from those failures. Because I
Mm-hmm.
didn't do the program, but I will say they got it easy because I did the program with Fidelity for 6 months. Okay, with no breaks. Okay,
Right.
and they rewinded. But it's like you get a chance to learn from those failures. So I think about the time where you let me have it about going and eating that doggone pasta and cake at my job. That's a lesson. Like I got a chance to practice the principle because I knew the principle, but it was only safe in the house. So what I learned about me was when I get into social situations, my standards relax. It
Mm.
ain't got nothing to do with just weight. When I'm
Mm.
in that's why I say it's not about the weight. So when I'm in a social situation, I'm yucking it up with my friends. I forget these standards because we're having a great time, and I just want to live my best life. But when I got back to my real life, and I'm being honest with my coach is why it's important to be honest. My coach was like, "No, don't come in here with those lies. You wanted the pasta. These are all lies. Lies you tell. You wanted it and say it. Right. But I learned like that is a lesson I will never forget. Was the reason when I go with them people now, I eat a salad first. They think I'm disciplined. They be like, "Oh, you're so disciplined." I didn't already ate because I know not to come around you people hungry. Okay. So you learn from the failures, and people don't want that because we want to be so perfect. We want to get it right. We want to execute. But it's like, this is how you learn and get better so that you can know the city.
Man, I was just thinking though at that time. So here's something else that I learned. And so here's the question I have. When you say I lowered my standards, right?
Hmm.
I was in training just recently that you were into with
Hmm.
Pastor Darius. I think
Hmm.
I was in that training, and he said
Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah.
standards are what if it's a true standard, you're willing to suffer
Yeah.
for it. Like you go stand by it. You
Yeah.
see, if it's a standard,
If it's a standard.
right? So when somebody be like, no, that's what it is. I don't care. I don't care. I'll miss this
Yeah.
because I'm not moving. Like
I'm
this
not
is the
moving.
standard, right?
Yep.
But what is it when you're willing to lower it? Is it really a standard?
Yeah.
You see, then you it forces you to ask yourself like, what is the real motivation? Like, what is it for
Real
real?
motivation.
You see, is it a
But see,
standard?
I
Is it?
think it's that wanting what you want when you want. It's like a child. You know what I'm saying? Because I sat there for 2.5 hours and I did fine. So that I learned about myself. Oh, your ability to like your self control. It has a limit. It has a time limit. So you can do it for so long. But 2.5 hours in, not only do you have it, but you like give me both types of cake. Kiss me going. Let's go. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
It's
And
not
it's
even
like,
like,
are you something you discipline? But are you, if you is it really discipline if you haven't been tested?
ain't been tested. So the test, I could only pass the test for about 2.5 hours, and then it's over. you know. And so what that taught me about me is it goes back to self control. So then I
Yeah.
had to see, oh, that was my first realization, like, oh, this spiritual warfare.
Mhm.
Because this is a spiritual fruit.
Mhm.
This is what I should be able to exhibit, and I don't do it well under
That's
these circumstances.
that's right.
So if the enemy want to come for me, all he got to do is put me in a social situation, make me hungry for a long time, you
Yeah.
know, and he got me.
But when you
So,
know this, though, when you know
but
this
and I
about
learned it in the
yourself,
process.
that's
And I would
right.
have never learned it if I would have followed a meal plan or followed the steps or not had a coach to even defer to. See, that was like for me the big thing because I was my own coach. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? I was coaching my own self. And so when we get home, when Tanisha was coaching herself, we just say, girl, it happens to the best of us. You have done the program with fidelity for months. Okay. You deserve a pass.
You deserve a pass
You
today,
deserve a pass.
and
That's
that's
what
what
happens
you
when you
do.
coach yourself, baby. You gonna get and I learned it about me. Tanisha was always gonna give Tanisha a pass. So Tanisha had to start having some honest conversations with herself. But
Yeah.
until I could have them with myself, I had to have them with my coach and let somebody check me. So that's why I say we get grown. We don't want nobody to tell us what to do. We want to tell everybody else what to do, but we don't like to be told what to do. So I had to submit myself to somebody who could tell me the whole truth and nothing but the truth about me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without getting my feelings hurt. And I'm not gonna say some of the things did hurt. Some
Yeah.
of when you sugar addict got me, bro. I don't think you know. It got me because I've worked so hard. I'm just gonna turn this light off. Okay, because I ain't got
Okay.
time. Sugar addict got me because I have found like my whole life to be addicted to nothing. So you see what I'm saying? Dotted all the I's and cross all the T's. That's what's that? That's
That's
knowing the street, the
that's
direction,
no. You see what I'm
not the
saying?
route.
That's a route to failure, though. You
So
see,
the enemy,
how
yep. So the enemy said,
following
can't get her
this
with drugs.
instead of following the principle, you following this route. It's a route to
Yep,
failure, and it got you on another. You didn't even
he
know.
got me. He got me. I failed because he couldn't get me with drugs, can't get me with alcohol, but
Yeah,
this sugar girl,
it's sugar.
I'm gonna take you on out of here with this sugar.
You see that? That's a route to failure, you
Not
all.
to failure.
That's why, when people ask for these specific things, I'm like, no, that's not it.
Yep.
Well, what's that? Well, what's
And
that? What's that you? What's that you drinking? Or what's that you eating? Or how did you do this? Or how did they just looking for something to hang their head on. I'm like, no, that's
hang
not
their hat
it.
on.
I need you to learn. That's why
Yep.
it's the Sugar Ain't Sweet Academy.
Mm. So you can learn.
So you can learn. I
And you
promise you.
gonna open up. You gonna have us here all day because listen, when in that season, I don't know if you remember that. So that was in the pandemic, and that's when it was all the same time that I was learning this faithful person that I thought I was. It
Hmm.
was uncovered, and so when we do that and we want those specifics, it's because we want to know every single step because we're looking for a God to give us a guarantee. Like God, if I do A, B, C, D, then you gonna hold up your end of the bargain. Thank you, Lord. But that's not faith.
Hmm.
That's not faith at all. And so he's requiring us to, like I said, do whatever Rose said, because when I came, I know the first thing you asked me to do when I got my materials, I was like, oh, she didn't bump her head. She think I'm eating vegetables for a week. That was a whole, I ordered the kit in faith. Had you told me I was eating vegetables for a week, I would have been like, let me call you right back. Let me call you right back. So I get the kit and I'm like, I open the thing up and I'm like, oh, okay, vegetables. Okay, all right, here we go. And I literally said out my mouth, Rhoda and bumped her head. She think I'm gonna eat vegetables for a week? What? Now I can do it every which way and for as long as I need to.
That's right. That's right. So praise God for the trust,
That's right.
because Tooka knows the story. Like that was one of the first questions I asked her when we first started, because I knew the things I was going to ask her to do was going to be so far.
Yeah,
was going to be so far from what she was used to doing. So I
I
said, "Do
did.
you trust me?" You know, that was the first question. I just needed to know that because we about to go on a trip. You know what I'm saying? Like we about to it's about to be a voyage, a journey.
Yes, I did.
And if you trust me, I already knew the results you could have. You see, that's the thing. I knew, like all the stuff you had going on, I knew we can get rid of this way. I knew we can get rid of these migraine headaches, this hypertension. You understand this? Whatever, even the stuff you had going on
Yeah,
in your abs. I
yeah,
knew it,
yeah,
all of it. If you
yeah,
just trust me and just follow me on this journey, just do the thing I asked you to do. I knew it. There was no doubt in my mind. That's the part. That's what I'm telling people, no, this ain't no gamble. No,
yeah,
this is a sure thing. This is a sure thing. I'm like, I knew it. I'm like,
yeah,
man, and it was like God answered my prayer because the whole
yeah.
time I'm like, Pop, shoes, we need to get somebody else.
Person.
You know what I'm saying? We need to, I said, because Pop's over here, his weight peeling off, his numbers normalizing. I'm getting snatched over here.
Getting lean.
Look, I remember Nikki hit me up. She texted me, my Ro, you good? I said, you good? I said, why? She said, because you out here looking like your daughter, like your teenage
Yeah.
daughter. It's a few people, one of my old college classmates said, girl, I saw you on because at the time I was on Facebook, saw you on Facebook. I thought that was Mikhail.
Wow.
Because I was getting so small.
Yeah.
You know, I was getting so small, and they didn't see Pops. I was seeing Pops, but they didn't see he
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
shrinking. So by the time we came out the house, okay,
It
and
was
went to
like,
church, people was like, "Who is this?"
do you remember? I think it was your pastor. You remember y'all went back to church? It was in the pandemic, and somebody asked how he was doing,
He
and
was
you were
right
like, "You right over there."
there. I know. They was like, "Tell Pops." I said, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "You can tell me." I said, "He right here." They didn't recognize him. You see, so I knew. I said, "Pop, we need somebody else, man. We gotta." He said, "Well, I don't know." I said, "But we gotta get somebody else." I mean, because, and then
And at the same time,
called me. The way you called me, or did you text me?
I text you because I text you and another friend,
Oh,
and I
that's right.
said,
Text me
"I'm trying
first.
to get these shakes."
Yeah.
And you FaceTimed and said,
Okay.
what are you trying to do? That was the go quick. What are you trying to do? I said, I'm trying to lose 50 pounds, girl. And here come the truth serum. You don't need you
Girl.
don't know what you're doing. And I didn't.
I
I did
knew it.
not.
I knew that was answered prayer. I had to hop on. I had to take action.
Yeah.
And God sent somebody who already had a relationship with, like we know we were cordial, like we knew each
Yeah.
other. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so he sent somebody I already had a relationship with.
But I feel like it had to happen just like that. It had to happen that we talked 3 years before
Mm.
and no action was taken. It
And no,
had to happen. It had to happen that you invited me to the Shackley thing, and I had to give you multiple no's for the yes to. Because I remember you invited me to the Shackley something, and I was like, "Well, thanks for having me. It was great. Have a great day." He didn't take no action because anything that looked like restriction, bro, truthfully, like a restriction or limits, I'm like, I don't want that. I'm swerving it. I don't want that, right? Because
man,
how I'm gonna do this and still like, man, we better get out of that because I've
eat
been
my
on some
Oreos. How am I gonna
eat
do
my
this? Eat
Oreos because
my
I've been on some programs where I can make the shakes and I can put me some vanilla wafers in the shake, and I was like, I remember making the shake thinking, oh, I could do this every day.
Oreos.
I could have this every day. I'm good. This is the perfect plan. Didn't have not a single vegetable, not one vegetable, but them. Look, the Jello pudding. You put the Jello pudding in the shake with some vanilla wafers on top. It was a lemon flavor. Tastes just like a lemon meringue pie. I lost a little weight. I lost a little bit. Thank you. So to me, see, this is normal around. This is when the goal is just to lose some weight because I was losing the weight. I was losing, blood pressure was still high, and didn't know the Jello, the pudding packets,
Yeah.
like just like in a tablespoon, it's so much sodium in it. Cause I ain't got no principles. I'm my principles these taste buds. Everybody's taste buds. And it tastes so
Wait a
good.
minute.
It was
Did you
good.
all see in the chat how we have been falling for the okie
Okay,
doke?
dope.
I mean, just out here peopling, okay?
Yep.
The people be peopling, and and there are people, there may be people, some of y'all may be in the chat right now,
Yep.
like can really relate to what Tooka's saying. But there's so many people out there who's,
Yep.
I mean, they just like the Israelites, okay? I mean, I'm talking just in the wilderness, just wandering
Yep.
around,
Yep. Wandering around. Sure.
okay?
Sure.
I mean, just wandering around.
Yep.
Don't have a clue. Tooka
Have a
called me.
clue.
She said, I want to lose 50 pounds. I just need some shakes. I said, girl,
That's all.
you don't know what you are doing. You
Mm-mm.
don't need shakes, you need coaching.
Yep.
You see, so I'm telling you all, that's looking, asking me for these meal plans and these workout plans, these grocery lists. And you want to
Mm-hmm.
know what I did to get guns and like,
Yeah.
no. You need to learn. You don't need the route.
Yeah.
You need to learn the city.
Yeah.
You understand? Because now it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you go. Once you learn the city, it doesn't matter what route, it doesn't matter what detour, it doesn't matter. You know the city.
Yeah.
See, once you learn how this body works, it doesn't matter whether you at the cookout, whether you at the restaurant, whether you at the conference,
On
whether you at
vacation.
on vacation, on the ship, okay, on the cruise, at the cookout. It doesn't matter. Once you know how this body works, you understand these principles. Like nothing can take you off this road to optimal health. And then once you build up this health bank account, and then your bank account can withstand, okay, a withdrawal every now and then because it's okay. You see, but even the withdrawal ain't as egregious as the withdrawal of old.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, even the withdrawal, there's some things I will never eat again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I have no no desire to ever go to McDonald's ever again in life.
Ever.
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 No desire. You see, there's some things I will never eat again. I'm not looking to ingest artificial colors. I'm not. I'm not looking to eat stuff with high fructose corn syrup. I'm not.
At all.
I'm not looking for it. I can do without it. There's so many things without it. You see, I'm not looking to eat stuff with MSG.
MSG for no reason.
Not at all. Okay? Do y'all hear me? When you know how these things affect the body?
Mm-hmm.
So
We were driving down the street the other day, Ro, and Aubrey said we were driving past Chick-fil-A. She said, we were like a little ways off from. She said, I could smell the Chick-fil-A from all the way over here. There was a time we would have made a sharp left. That would have been a signal to be like, girl, yes, let's go see what they're talking about. We kept going. It wasn't even a thought. Like that doesn't even cross our mind to go there. You know?
hey, I know. I mean, we used to go too, Tooka. We used to go. I told Gabby, don't even think about it, okay?
Let it go.
And she doesn't even ask. She doesn't even ask anymore. But there was a time, we used to go too. I don't want anybody to ever think I never had Chick-fil-A and didn't like it. Used to like it, okay? I like the waffle fries. I used to just get the little number one, or the little deluxe, or the market salad. I was a market salad connoisseur, okay? Liked it, okay? I'm just saying. Not when they tell you. They say yes, we put MSG, but we do have other items that don't have MSG. So good. The fact that that's a principle. The fact that you have an establishment that sells items with MSG, okay, violates.
It serves no purpose.
Okay, that's a violation for me. You get a red flag for that, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, yeah, that's it, man. So the route to failure, you all don't learn the route, learn the city.
Learn the city.
Okay? So
get your good guide.
Okay, get your good guide, get your good tour guide, okay? Just like when you go visit some city, you find out who lives there, who can show you around. Get your good tour guide, get your good coach. Come on. Get your good coach.
Yeah.
I can show you around and say, listen, that has given tours to thousands, okay?
To thousands.
Know all the ins and outs of the city.
Yeah.
Can show you how to get to your destination quickly. Because see, you probably can get there figuring out yourself, but how long is it going to take you?
How long is it going to take you?
How much gas you gonna waste? How much money you gonna waste trying to figure it out? Because time is money. Okay.
But how do you know that you're really there? You know what I'm saying? How do you know that you've had success? Because I could have lost 50 pounds probably on my own, and I still would have been unsuccessful.
False positives.
Yeah,
That's why this is the road to optimal health.
yeah,
Optimal, you all. Optimal. I'm talking medication free, pain free. Okay.
yeah,
Sleeping through the night. Lots of energy.
yeah. Popping out the bed when
Popping out the bed.
go off. The popping out
I
the
thought
bed.
everybody did that, Tooka. I
They
didn't
do
know.
not like you do. Mm-mm.
I really did. I didn't
They
know.
got a blink of the eye. I'm like,
I was shocked. I was just as shocked as you were that people didn't. I
no, they
didn't.
do
I'm
not.
not. I'm only here with me, so I don't know what people do.
Yeah,
So that was normal for me.
yeah.
You know, just like it's normal for us not to have any medication in here. That's
That's
normal.
right.
I told you, somebody come here. We want to go to the store if you got the headache because I don't have any.
Yeah.
I no Advil, no Excedrin, no.
Tylenol. Yeah,
I don't have it. I mean, when I say I don't have it.
yeah, yeah.
You pop this Shackley and keep it moving. Keep
Keep it
some
moving.
alfalfa or something.
Shackley probably got what you're looking for though.
We're gonna
Because
tell
I
you,
never,
go steam you some broccoli, okay?
yeah. Listen, I never knew about
The pain relief
pain
complex.
relief. Mm-mm. I
Yeah,
never
I
had,
knew
I
about
had it,
that.
but I just never had a reason to use it. You know,
Yeah,
and the thing worked.
always safe, always green,
And
always
it
work.
worked.
Check out. Y'all like them nails though? Come on, fit in
I
that
love it. I
with that
love it.
background.
Stepping out the comfort zone.
Okay. I've been getting a lot of talk about it too.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah. Anyway, this was good, you all. Route to failure. Okay, learn the route. Okay, I'm sorry.
Learn the
Learn the
city,
city,
not the
not the
route.
route. Put that in the chat.
Yeah.
Learn the city, not the route.
And how they do it, Ro? With the perspective
Perspective, principles,
and the
process.
process. Yeah.
3 P's, okay? Three
Yeah.
P's. That's it, man. Anything you want to leave the people with, took us before we get out of here?
No, I think we did really good breaking it down. And I think the analogy that you had of the route to failure, when you first said it, I was like, is it to failure? But it honestly is. It honestly is.
It
Yeah.
really is. And it's tricky though because you get results. You
You get
see,
results. And
that's
you're making
how
some
that's
progress. So you think you're on your way to somewhere, but it's not where you're supposed to be.
that part.
It's not where you're supposed to be.
It's
Yeah.
not where you can be. Yeah, that
Yeah.
part right there. So don't
Yeah.
fall for the okie doke, you all. So this is it. Another episode of the Row and Tooka
So,
Show.
bro,
We
it
on the
took a show.
roll. This is episode
So,
2.
this episode too. So y'all need to make sure you like. What they say, bro? What the young people say?
Like,
Like.
subscribe, and share. Y'all see?
Yep.
This is raw, y'all. This raw. We gonna get it though.
Yep.
Like, subscribe, and share,
And
you all. The
share.
Row and Tooka Show. We're doing these every other week, okay?
Another week.
Every other week. Yeah. So these will be dropped on
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep.
Saturday. I love it. All right. That's all we got, y'all. Listen, I am Rochelle T. Parks. I am your health motivator, guys. We were here. My co-host is Tanisha James, aka Coach Tooka. Okay, and guess what? Whether you like it or not, we do not care. Okay, we can, we will, and we must continue to walk alongside you and help you to achieve optimal health. And we are out.
We're out.
Peace. Love y'all.